I got permanently disqualified for rotaine labrum that I surgically repaired when I was 16 years old, but I submitted a doctor's clearance note, range of motion test, and a strength test. My shoulder is perfectly fine, and I still got disqualified. Is there anything that I can do? So this is not branch specific. This is a general question, and I want people to realize that every branch has their own waiver process, and some branches will approve waivers, others will deny waivers for the same thing. It just depends on the nature of the waiver and the branch that you're trying to enlist in. So keep that in mind. I'm not a doctor, but based off shoulder injuries and things I've seen in the past, if you submit documents and it gets straight up denied off the bat, there's a good chance that it's going to get denied again, regardless of what you send in. Because you guys have to realize the Bureau of Medicine, they are doctors that work for the military. And when they see these waivers, they have to evaluate and do a cost risk assessment and see, yes, you may have had a shoulder tear injury and it may have been repaired and your shoulder might be fine now and you might have the range of motion and everything that you need to be able to serve in the military without injury, most likely. But they have to realize, is that worth waiving you into the military to have it potentially happen again? And if it does, now we have to pay you out for the rest of your life for that injury that was pre-existing that we waived into the military to allow you to enlist. So they do a determination in some cases, a lot of times with shoulders, ball, socket, joint injuries, they just deny them. Now, I have seen my fair share get approved, but they did that. The mobility test, they had multiple doctor's notes, they had multiple clearance letters for the same thing, and finally it was approved. But I believe that it was lucky because I've seen people who had phenomenal repairs, phenomenal recovery, doing 20 plus pull-ups, doing, overhead presses with 100 plus pounds, etc. Handstand push-ups, like all the things you normally wouldn't do with the shoulder, get denied. And I've seen people who were doing maybe a quarter of that get approved. So it depends on the branch. It depends on the doctor that's looking at it because every single doctor evaluates it differently. There might be a doctor up there who's like, I'm good with this, approved. There might be another doctor given the same documents. They could say, nope, I'm not good with it, denied. Same documents, different people, different perspectives. And again, there's no perfect answer. So what I would do is I would get your shoulder reevaluated. I would do something else, right? Because once you have a denied BUMED, you cannot resubmit the same documents again without having something new. Because if I got denied, I submit the same papers, well, it's going to automatically get denied again. The only way for them to have another look at it is to provide something new. So I can ruck with a pack, right? Because you put a pack on your back, it puts strain on your shoulders. You'll be doing a lot of that in boot camp and MCT, and depending on your job. Things that are going to affect your shoulder specifically, have a doctor clear those specifically, resubmit, and again, I hope it helps.